Well, good afternoon. This is Leslie with Love, Ink, and Paper, and I cannot tell you how happy I am to be going live with you and feeling very confident that everything is doing what it's supposed to be doing. It turns out that when my husband got his new phone a couple of weeks ago, something in adding his phone pushed my phone number into a more basic service that didn't allow hotspots. So anyway, it's all better now. The wonderful person named Susan at US Cellular was on the brink of selling me a new phone. And then when she went to add my phone, something didn't look quite right in the account. And so she tracked it back and realized what had happened. So, no new phone, technology fixed, life is good. So, yay. So I really appreciated that, because she lost a commission on a sale today, but she made a customer really, really happy. So I'm hoping that it was worth it to her. Anyway, here we are. And we are playing with the September 2024 Autumn Abundance Paper Pumpkin Kit. Gorgeous cards as designed by Stampin' Up. Okay, let me show them to you. We made them I think it was last week when this came in. Life has been a little crazy. So there's the little it's a little bigger than 4x. No, it's 4x4. I thought I was saying that right. 4x4. And then there was this one and this one. Now these two I will be cutting down to grab the back sides. Okay. I may even heat this and see if I can pull this greeting and put it up here. This feels like an awful lot of white space. So, or light space. It's not white. But anyway, I will be trimming these two down just because there's so much acreage that's worth a lot. So, at any rate, those were how they were designed. So I went and cut some things up. I cut up some envelopes. I rescored a couple of bases. And I did bring in a few other products. Some are retired, some, So if you happen to be somebody that's been a Stampin' Up! Friend for a long time, you might have this woodland embossing folder. This ties in really nicely with this kit, okay? As does the new birchwood folder. This leaf fall one, and honestly, I don't know if it's in the online exclusives now or if it's gone by the wayside or what. You could check the clearance rack. They've just loaded the clearance rack yesterday, so it may be there. But anyway, I used this as well. I pulled in lots of the fall colors. The Cajun Craze was great, but I wanted a little bit more variety, so I pulled in pumpkin pie, early espresso, blueberry bushel, crushed curry, and pecan pie. So we'll see how those go. I have every stamp from the stamp set on blocks. So if you'll remember that when I'm creating, I generally go to my more ergonomic blocks from Stampin' Up! That are in the online store. And they come in lots of sizes. So the block that you get when you first sign up for Paper Pumpkin is a D-size block like this. It's not quite as thick, but it is this size. But for some of the smaller stamps, it's kind of nice to have some of the smaller size blocks so that you're not getting things tipping and whatever. Anyway, I have every single stamp on a block so that we are ready to roll. I also have have cut out a bunch of these leaves in some different kinds of paper. I honestly don't remember what this one is called. So You'll have to bear with me. It comes with 2 colors. It was originally with a desert kind of thing. So Calypso Coral and Lost Lagoon with this gold or rose gold or whatever foil. And it's beautiful paper, but I thought the leaves would look good like this. Some have more. I tried to get a variety so that I could see which I liked best. I did a couple of leaves in crushed curry, a couple in pumpkin pie, so I would have a few extras of those in addition to the die cuts in the kit. Okay, I also used Nature Spotlight die and did this. So I have some assorted things to play with over here. And I will also have the, oh, I could cut these out too. So I played with the stamps last time too. So I may decide to cut out that snail. But let's pull at least one sheet of die cuts. Okay. And one, and some leaves, okay, at least one set of our leaves, one of each, so that we have those to play with. Sometimes I end up cutting these down like this. I may end up cutting in half and using half on one card and half on another. Okay, and our labels and this pretty arch. So we're just going to have one of everything out here. And the rose leaf. Okay, there should be one more set of labels. Oh, there they are. They were hiding under there. Okay, so we also have these. Okay. All right. So I did go and get a bunch of inspiration, but I'm not doing a exact copy of anything, I don't think. All right. I did find in my drawer these champagne iridescent dots. So they are loose in a couple of different sizes. Okay. And I thought they might be a good tone. And this card, or this card base, once I cut it apart, screamed shaker card to me. I love shaker cards. I just think they are so much fun. Now this is not, let me just see if I can compare it to, well, it's embossed, but so this is envelope paper. Okay, this was the big section. Let me see if I can pull one out. There we go. So when I get my kits, a lot of times I'll take a sliver off of both sides so the envelope opens way, way up. Now this piece I cut off for some, and there's the rest. So I have those two flaps pieces. Okay. I took and one of these. Okay. So then I have, so then you're left with this piece here, which is this and this. Okay, there's another one that has blue. But you can see that it's not, I don't want to say it's not smooth because it's the paper is smooth, but you'll notice that there are imperfections, okay? they're meant to be there. That's not a printing error, okay? And I really liked that one here as a background piece. So then my other two pieces here are the insides of here. I thought they would be perfect for the insides of some of these cards, just to have a little place to write on. Anyway, so I wanted to use this envelope paper because I liked that it wasn't perfect. I liked that it didn't look flat. It looked like it had some texture to it, okay? So we're gonna start by putting that on. All right. And then, because I don't know about you, but I could sit and play with a shaker card for hours. Like, I could just sit there and shake it for, you know, they're just so much fun. So, let me put that there, okay. Then, I'm going to just tuck that aside just for a minute. We need to get our acetate. Now, I keep some of the, when my photopolymer stamps come, they're on this acetate and they have a light sheet over them, but I stick mine right to the inside of the case, and so I take them off of this. So I just washed this. So this is reused, okay? This is not brand new window sheet. So if you are somebody that likes to be frugal, that is a way to do, there is a way to do that. So I'm just gonna go all the way around here with my seal and add this window sheet, okay, like that. All right. And the next thing we're going to do is I grabbed some foam strips that were left over from a previous kit. And I try to get close to the edge, but not so close that the strips are showing. And I try to make sure that your shaker pieces aren't going to disappear either. So you want to be close enough so they're not going out of view, but not so close that they're going to get stuck to them, or that you're going to see the foam strips. And so go. Now, I think because some of these are pretty thick, I think we're going to do another layer. Okay, so I'm going to pull all of this off. All right. And then we're going to go right on top of that and make it a little thicker. Okay. So I'm just going to start here like that. And I'm just going to try and stick right on top of there. So that we get a little bit taller space for those to flop around in. Okay. I'm just going to go right around here again so that those things have a little more height to go around in. Okay. All right. There. All right, and then so that I can position this the way I want it, I'm going to put my pinch, because I find it hard to flip this or to take this, and then, although, you know what? No, I'm going to do it my way and hope. So we're going to put some, and try and get some of the little ones. There's a few little ones. There we go. Okay. Then one more little one. Nope, another little tiny pinch of little ones. I don't want there not to be enough shaking stuff. All right, so then I'm gonna have to stand up. You may hear my stool move. All right, whoops, we're gonna push that down just a little. All right, here we go. That looks pretty good. Oh, Leslie, guess what you didn't do? Hang on. Did anybody... Why didn't you yell at me? Hey, Leslie, you got to support those corners. Duh. All right, let's see if we can't fix that. Oh, boy. All right. So the technology is fixed, but Leslie's still not thinking straight. That's okay, right? Okay, so we're going to try and slide these under the corners so that that won't be, they might be a little thicker in those strips. All right, hold on. Okay. All right. You should have given me a big holler. Like, Leslie, wait. You've got to fix the corners. Okay, there's a little, that's a little better. That's feeling better. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Oh. Let's blame it on the cloudy, rainy day. How's that? Can't think straight because of the low pressure. Okay. Or I just forgot, because that happens to us as we're crafting sometimes. We get so excited. I was so excited about creating this shaker card that I didn't remember that I had to support the corners as well. That's okay. All is not lost. You can always fix it. I hope that you, when you watch other demonstrators or whatever, when you are watching somebody do something and they make a mistake, know that happens a lot and that it's okay. You know, it's just paper. If it had been totally ruined, I would have started over. I've got more, you know, or we would have moved on. Woohoo! Yeah, they're getting a little stuck up there, but we can, that's okay. I should have gone with my embossing buddy and gone around the inside before I put it all together. I was in a hurry. It happens. All right, so let's take that arch that was meant to go with this card and to put that up there. And that's going to help disguise any that are sort of stuck up there. Okay, so let's add some glue dots to that. We'll even use kit glue dots because I have some sitting right here. Do I have some that I had started? Hang on. I like to sort of finish a sheet if I can. Oh, I guess none of these are started. Okay. There. We'll get around there. We'll put a few more. I am going probably many more than I need. But, you know. No, don't get rid of that. Put those out of the way. And those. All right. Let's pop these backings off. In case you aren't aware, today is National Daughters Day. I happen to have one beautiful daughter that I gave birth to, and one wonderful daughter that I got as a bonus through as my daughter's best buddy. And so she just joined our family, and we just incorporate her into everything that we're doing as a family. And we're very thankful to have an extra person to love. I don't think you can ever have too many, or think so. Oh, I have a feeling I might be having a big sneeze here in a second. Trying to get rid of it. Ooh. Sorry, fall allergies. All right, then let's add, not sure if I want to use up let's add some of these beautiful leaves. Excuse me. Oh, could I be lucky enough to get away with one? Usually it's 2 or 3. Okay, there we go. Now, do we want those, or do we want these beautiful ones? This way. Oh. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Where's the other piece of that? All right, let's try this one that I stamped. All right, you're just gonna have to bear with me here. Okay, since I'm fussy cutting, I might as well remind you that the hand that holds the scissors really only is opening and closing the scissors. That's its only job, really. The hand, my other hand, my left hand, is the hand that is doing most of the work in terms of moving the paper. Okay, so I'm just moving the scissors forward with my right hand, opening and closing them. But really my left hand is doing all of the intensive work of moving the paper around. Okay. So don't be afraid to fussy cut. Practice on scrap paper. Practice cutting things out of magazines. Practice whatever, just so that you get good at it. It'll come. It takes practice. It takes building up some muscle memory. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do this. And hold those on, and then put my greeting down here. Okay. So let's get some of those glue dots we had. Sorry for the sniffing. I will maybe take a quick break and run over and use a tissue. We'll see. Okay. I'm just going to use my Take Your Pick tool and kind of smush that glue dot in underneath so that it's not sticking anywhere else. And we'll add a couple more. One up here. Oh. And one over here. Oh, I can get one right there. Okay. Let's get all those off. And I'm making sure that even though this goes out over the edge of this layer, it's not out over the edge of my card. Okay, so be cognizant, pay attention to that, okay? That when you have things, you can have them stick over the edge of a layer as long as they don't stick out over the edge of your card, okay? Because then they will get smushed in the envelope when you're trying to put the envelope on there. And that is not good. But if I keep these glue dots way in close, it's going to be fine. They're going to just go right in close and the edges can be out, and that's all right. So we'll take this one. See, because I put the glue dot way in here, there's nothing making that funky, okay? And then we'll just put a little seal. I don't have to fuss with glue dots on this one. Just tuck this here. There, like that, okay? All right, let's try moving a few things around here. Get a few things out of the way. Okay, so let's do with thanks, and I could use I guess I'll just use one of these. Now, there are ways also to stretch your greetings in a kit. So this one says, with thanks, but you could choose to stamp it. Let me just show you. I'm going to give this a really, really good clean. And I'm going to grab one of these other smaller things. I'm going to ink up only the thanks, and since it's a photopolymer stamp set, I can see that only the thanks got inked up. And I can go right there and just have thanks. Okay, so be aware that you can do that. You can do that with, let me see if I can manage this one. So sending autumn wishes your way. So you could do just sending wishes. Okay, we could take a piece of, do I have one that's already inky? I think I do. Oh, yes. Let's not use up another Post-it note, Wesley. Let's just sending wishes. So we're going to just go this far. Okay. Now, I got ink here. Make sure you take that off. Ask me how I know. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so I could just cut that out and just use that. All right. You could even just cover up the autumn if you were so inclined. If you needed just a sending wishes your way. Okay, I think I covered up. Let me grab another little piece of cardstock here. I don't think that's going to fit. Oh yes, it might. Mostly. Okay. So now I have just sending wishes your way, which if you have somebody that has a fall birthday or something, maybe you just are sending wishes, or you could even write birthday in there really neatly. I don't know. Anyway, just to let you know, you can change up the greetings if you need to. Okay. All right. So with thanks, I'm gonna grab my scrap. Actually, I'm gonna stamp this off over here just because. I'm gonna grab my crushed curry. All right. I'm gonna ink up. We stuck with mostly the pointy kind of maybe aspenish looking leaves. So I'm gonna use that one. I'm gonna ink it up with crushed curry. I think I'm gonna stamp it off. And then kind of in the middle of the with thanks, I'm gonna put it here, okay? So there's a little leaf on there. Okay. But I didn't want to stamp it here and get it all messy. All right, let's put some dimensionals here. This one took a little longer. I will try to be quicker on the next couple. Okay. There we go. One shaker card. Haha, that makes me happy. All right. So these beautiful bases that are printed on both sides. Okay, so they're meant to go like this, and then you've got the back. I highly recommend that you put in an extra score mark, and on one shaped like this, the score that it comes with is at 4 1/4, so you would do 2 1/8, okay, or some other, but 2 1/8 works, okay. It's half of 4 1/4, which is the front measurement, okay, and just going to give those a good crease like that, okay. So now you have a Z-fold card, okay? So now you're getting to see all of that beautifulness, and the white is on the back, all right? Now, it is important that you pay attention to this, or you will have a card that is shut tight, sort of forever. So what we'll do is I think we'll use this, because then when it opens, it will be less, there will be less white, okay? I think we'll also add a few of these in our Cajun Craze color, okay? And just bring a few, if I can kind of hide the ends a little wee bit. Like that, maybe hide one kind of down in here, so that you're not really noticing where it ends, but we're having a little bit of extra stamped stuff. Little. Sometimes I would call that greenery, but obviously if I'm stamping it in Cajun Craze, it's not greenery. But in the fall, it's like that bittersweet or whatever. All right, so let's leave this out. Let's see how this, so that will look nice on there. So let's use the Thinking of You. Okay. There we go. All right. And we'll add some dimensionals to the back of this, but we'll leave this flat, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do that so that our card doesn't get glued shut, because that would not be good. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I might want to... Yeah, I think I want to have those sticking out of there. Let's see, did any of my dimensionals catch it? Nope. Okay. All right. Well, that's okay. We'll just add a glue dot and slide it under. It'll be fine. Okay. I think I can do one more if I go really low on this leaf. Okay. What are we doing? Oh, we're doing all right. Okay. So we'll just tuck that in there like that. Give it a little rub back here. Okay. Let's close that and set it out of the way so I don't make a mess, because we all know that could happen quite easily. Put my hand in it and there we go. Major mess, right? Okay. So then we can, so we want to just make sure that we're only putting adhesive over here. Since I already put dimensionals on the other side, I'm going to just do another quick check and just do over here. Okay. So if you're looking for even more alternatives, I highly recommend that you take a peek at Rachel Tessman, Stamp Your Art Out. Check out her YouTube channel. This month she did a really cool matchbook kind of card, which is fun. She did a Z-fold kind of like this. So just, you know, kind of check it out. All right, so there's a slightly different use for that base, okay? All right, and let's see, what else do I have here? Let's play with this one. This one, let's put that on. I've got all kinds of bases here. I've got a blueberry bushel, but that doesn't have the blue. This does. This piece does. So we may trim that one down and put that on the blueberry bushel. Okay. Oh, sorry. But we can put this. And so this is just the part of an envelope. And I took that, so you can kind of see the score mark there. So this is the little 4x4 envelope. I just cut it open. I left the flap. And then, so see the shiny. So what I thought we'd do, so then I embossed it with that, what did we call it? Woodland embossing folder. And so then that can go here. Okay. Put that here. And then we'll use one of those little envelope pieces that I had. Remember those little extra ones? That can be my inside where I do the greeting. Okay, we'll do that real quick. All right. And you could do either side. You could do the white side or the vanilla side. It's up to you. Doesn't make any difference. They are clearly doing a lot of mixing and matching of white and vanilla with this particular kit, and I think it's fine. Okay, so we'll just put that little piece in the middle so I have a place to write. Okay, and then we will add, let's do 2 of these oak leaves. Okay, let's do 2 of these like that. maybe even a little higher, with this, and grab one of these. Okay. Did I use that other one? Didn't I stamp one? Ah! Oh, here it is. Just thanks. Okay, I like that. Okay. All right. Phew. Let's get these. One more over there. Okay. Oh. Let's use this sleeve that is mostly, hang on. Yeah, mostly gold. I think I like that. There's that. Oh, I like that even better. Let's put a little glue on there and slide it down in. I like that just peeking out of the top. Okay. So I had lots of inspiration, but this time I'm just kind of creating on the fly. There we go. Oh, I like that. Just a little shiny, just to zoop. All right, now let's add this. So this is going to get dimensionals way on the outside edges, very carefully, because they just fit. This kit came with mini dimensionals, I believe. See, once I pull stuff apart, I don't really even know. I just use what I got, but I do think it might have come with minis. So we're going to kind of cover up the bottoms of those leaves, all right, like that. And we're going to take this Give Thanks, and I can put a little bit of glue at this end, a little along here. And I can put a couple of mini dimensionals up along this top edge. Whoops. You're a little too high. There we go. Okay. So, like that. Okay. So that's that card. So that's 3. Where are we at? Oh, we got a couple more minutes. Let's try. Oh, I did something here that I thought would be interesting. So here's the front of that card with the big, like, slice of tree. Like, that's the rings that you see when you cut down a tree. So I thought Early espresso base might work nicely for this. All right. And it has a little of that really pretty. And then I embossed with the leaf fall. I almost wonder if I like the debossed side better. No, I think I'm good. This felt a little overpowering. So I thought what we'd do is put this on. Okay. Put this on here. I want it that way, maybe. Okay. Like that. Then add this. Now I'm going to show you a trick to getting vellum, the adhesive not to show. I just have to find, and it could have wandered away because my things do that sometimes. They sometimes end up on one of my other tables when I'm moving and creating in different spaces. So hang on one second. What I'm looking for is my silicone mat. And two of them, oh yeah, they're all over on other tables. So I'll just grab this one. And then, let me just see if I have one that's, oh, this is pretty full. So, all right, it feels like it might be. Okay, so we can get a little glue right there. And then I have this sponge that I keep in a baggie with a little library clip on the end as my handle. Okay. And so I can squeeze most of the air out of that bag, and it does get a little sticky, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so I'm going to take and move that around a little bit, and then I'm just going to move it to the back of this, because vellum is very lightweight, so it doesn't need a lot to hold it. Okay, and then we'll just put it on, and you won't really be able to see it. Okay, there, and then you can see, and that'll just dry, and I'll be able to peel it right off, which is why I love my silicone mat so much. It keeps my space clean. So that's a great tool. If you don't have one of those, you probably should get one. All right, let me put this back in the baggie. All right. And I'm going to try and squish out as much air as I can, so that when I go to use it next, it's not too bad. All right, so then I think we're going to add, let's see, one of these oak leaves, maybe. Maybe one of these. So, because I hadn't even used some of those. Maybe I'll use one of my orange leaves so that this shows up better. Kind of like that. Okay. And then, all right, don't go away. I'm going to go grab 2 punches. I have a new favorite way of doing a greeting. And I don't know about you, but this is my new favorite way of doing a greeting. Okay. So I'm going to just take a piece of, I think this already had a punch in it. I don't think I want that color. Hang on. Oh, here. I have a little piece of pumpkin pie over here. So there's that. So this is the heartfelt hexagon, or the something hexagon punch. Anyway. And it's that with the 1 3/4 inch punch is my new favorite way of doing a greeting. And I think our thinking of you is going to fit in there just perfect. Just perfect. Yep. Okay. So there's that. Now, one other thing. Let me just grab a sponge dauber. Should have brought all my tools over here. There's too many of them. I would have a crowded mess. And let's grab a little pecan pie, I think. And we'll just, I'm going to shade this just a little. Just that edge. It's nice. Just gives it some definition. Like that. And then we're going to do a little around this as well. There we go. All right. So now add this here. And then, cool. Oh, none of this was adhered down. Go figure. I got distracted and forgot to do that. All right, where's that? Okay. All right, I think this is almost dry enough to show you. So see, it just rolls right off, that glue. Just take it right off. All right, I'm gonna put this up on dimensionals. And then I think the last thing we're gonna do is trim down, oops, one more. We're going to trim down that other piece that has the blue, and we're going to do a blueberry bushel card. And then we're going to be done. All right. There's that. Okay. So there's that. And last but not least, we're going to grab my trimmer and just trim this quickly. So I like blueberry bushel. I love blue. I'm just partial to blue. Now, because this has more design, I'm going to trim from this side. So I'm going to make sure we're at 4 and cut that little bit off. And then I'm going to trim from the top. So I'm going to just make sure that my 5 1/4 goes this way, like that. There. That should fit. Oh, yes. Very nice. All right, then we're going to do my favorite greeting again, only this time we're going to do blueberry bushel. And we're going to grab one of those little where did all my pieces go? Oh, and I didn't show you this. Oh my goodness. So, oh, you know what? You could use this one. Ha! Never mind. I didn't have to trim that one. I cut this with, maybe we're not using that. I trimmed this with the perennial postage dies. And we could hang on, what are our circles? I think I want one of those circles. Yep. All right, we're going to take our Cajun Craze. We're going to add a little bit of this up and in here, like that. I'm going to add one more in here. I think that's enough, actually. So we'll just stick that there. We may need yeah. Okay. A little bit. Like that. Yeah. Okay. So I did use a lot of kit elements, but I also kind of used a lot of other things that some of you, if you don't have a big stash, may not have. But that's okay. Like this one doesn't need the dies. You could just use a trimmed down piece from... Don't put that up on dimensionals until you stamp it, Leslie. So, you know, you don't have to do the embossing. You don't have to do any of those things. And you certainly can do the kit just as designed by Stampin' Up. But if you happen to be somebody that has some extra things, or you get some extra things, you could most definitely spread your wings a little and try some other things, okay? But if you're somebody that doesn't have a big stash yet, perhaps, don't feel bad that you're not able to do all of those things, okay? It's really okay. Some of us have been working on our stashes for a long time, like 23 years. Pretty sure that this year could be 22 or 23 for me. I have to go back and look when I actually signed up. I don't remember. It's been a long time. And my friends, the people that I've met through Stampin' Up! Are by far one of the biggest blessings in my life. Okay. All right, so I thought, have one more of those little inside pieces, but I'm not finding it. I thought I had cut two. Oh, here it is. Found it. Found it. Okay. Okay. There we go. Right. All right. So we were pretty productive in our hour. There were some stamps I used, some stamps I didn't, a few pieces I didn't use that I had pulled out, but overall I'm pretty happy. So we ended up with this card and this card, and we have this one, and then we had our Z fold, okay, and then we had, yay, the shaker card. All right, so I hope that you really enjoyed that, and that you join me next month where we get to play with the Nests of Christmas stamp set. And it's a Christmas one, and you have until October 11th to get signed up for that. And remember, if you're a new subscriber, that means you're using an email that you have not used for Paper Pumpkin before. So you would be a new subscriber if you're signing up with a different email. And you can save 40% on your first kit. Okay, so glad you were here. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.